Here to talk about two high schools in the Madison area that are getting students engaged in politics through what they call a legislative semester. Meryl?
Yeah, Eric, many of us remember taking a government class in high school, but for some schools here in Madison, they are taking it a step further. Legislative semesters are becoming more popular so students can learn about not only how their government works, but also how to talk about policies from both sides of the political aisle. We're going to hear from students and staff at West High School and Middleton High School to see how these students take leadership of their class and engage in civil discourse.
And I had the opportunity to teach civics. I was like, I am taking this. I jumped at it.
Carrie Bowman has been teaching U.S. history at West for 20 years. She was about to retire, but pushed it back when she found out she could teach civics this year.
It's like riding a Mustang right now with the presidential election. It's like, oh my gosh, every day is it's just fun.
It's the first year Madison West has a civics elective, the legislative semester.
I believe that being civically engaged as a teenager, even before you can vote, creates a really good foundation.
The only way a functional democracy works is if you have an informed electorate. And even more now with AI and social media, how do they discern that information and make a really good vote?
To find out, the students take the class into their own hands.
Miss Bowman here, our teacher, really does a good job at kind of letting this be a student-focused class and kind of letting us lead.
I'm allowed to speak my opinions, which I really enjoy, and I see that there's other students who agree with me and disagree with me, and I feel like that's perfect for everything.
In the class, they watch debates, learn how to fact-check, argue on topics, and come to a compromise.
There is another side that we don't see, so we try and recognize that bias.
It kind of just goes in a circle of just different ideas bouncing off each other and eventually finding a consensus.
This way, they can learn about the political and social issues that impact them.
Palestine and Israel, and abortion and immigrant. That's my big three.
I definitely think gun control is a big one, especially when I see other kids like fearing for their lives when they go to school. It's always in the back of my mind.
Just like students at West, students at Middleton are talking through tough topics.
A lot of the issues I care about, I would say gun control, abortion, universal health care, a lot of those hard-hitting issues that, especially in high school, you know, children are usually ignored when talking about politics by adults, and I think that being able to take a class like this, where we can all engage with each other and teachers care about what you think, it's especially important to talk about issues like that.
Middleton High School has been doing a legislative semester for over a decade.
It's not like any other class I've ever taught. Our students probably do better than most adults.
No matter how long the course has been going on, teachers are excited to see their students in civics.
I have the utmost faith in this generation. They're much more empathetic. They're much more hopeful. They're much more idealistic than even my generation.
In 2024, Gen Z will make up over 40 million potential voters. After talking to over a dozen students at Madison High Schools, it's clear that issues like climate change and gun violence are top of mind for youth. But according to Circle Research, cost of living is young people's biggest concern by a wide margin.